Hey everybody, welcome. It's a beautiful morning in Bohemia. Not a raindrop in sight, hardly even a cloud in the sky. It's the perfect weather for a little adventure, which is good because that's what I've got planned, and I'm hoping that you'll stick around and join me. Oh, Henry's doing well, thanks for asking. He got a good night's sleep, and big news from yesterday, after a lot of insecurity and self-doubt, he finally decided to enter the weekly Rattay tournament, and actually won. Got a nice pair of gauntlets to add to his patchwork armor, and now we're itching to move forward and find something new to do. Now, we were ordered by Sir Hanush to accompany Hans on a hunting trip, either because it was inappropriate to fight Sir Hans in a tavern, and or because it was inappropriate to give him a bloody face while we were having that fight. And that was easily a week ago, but see, Hanush told Henry to meet Sir Hans at dawn, but technically, if I recall, he didn't say at dawn on which day, so Henry's been putting it off. But why? Well, it came down to the way their first meetings went. Sir Hans treated Henry like trash and made him feel small, and then he did some really petty things like challenging him to combat, knowing full well that he'd never had any training. So Henry decided that there was no way he was going to go hunting with Hans until he had learned enough about combat so Hans would never again beat him at anything. As I see it, if you decide to put somebody in their place when they are already in their place, then you're not teaching respect, you're being a dick. Though, in the case of Sir Hans, that's exactly what he's not. At least at this point in his life, Sir Hans Capon is in fact nothing more than a pompous castrated chicken. Oh yes, he is. It's true. Google it if you don't believe me. But anyway, I think we're finally ready to head out with Sir Hans. I just want to do one more trial run to make sure it's not going to totally waste my time. Henry suggested we take out the bandit camp to the east of Rattay, and I think that sounds good. If that doesn't cause too much trouble, then we'll meet up with Chicken Man tomorrow morning. So let's head out. Shouldn't be a big deal. Emphasis on shouldn't, he said with fake dark forewarning in his voice. No, I don't have a horse, at least not yet. Someday we'll have to look into a faster travel mode, but for now we have to run. But that's fine, because running improves vitality and stamina, and that's always welcome. And it keeps Henry from getting too fat. Hello, dude, what the hell? I am absolutely brain frozen right now, not because of the combat so much, but because I've not even the beginning of a clue who this dude is. And naturally, when I get surprised, I do what I always do. I panic, my head shuts down, and I do stupid crap with my fingers. At least Henry got his sword out again. It's puzzling the hell out of me because I remember this area pretty well from back in the day, and I don't ever remember a random encounter here next to the mill. But whoever he is, he's riding me like a bad pony. You ever see the first Equalizer movie and how all the bad guys were running around screaming, "Who are you?" Yeah, I'm doing that now. Nah, this isn't going well. I haven't been able to break his armor at all, and I'm torn to pieces. Here comes the heartbeat. Blood on the screen. This isn't going to end well, but it's sure going to end. No, we're done here. Okay, I have a rule in Kingdom Come Deliverance, and that rule is Henry doesn't die. So we're going to press the rewind button here, and we're going to try again. Okay, starting over. We'll see if this was just a random encounter that doesn't repeat. If he's not there, no problem. We'll carry on with our original plan for the day. If he's there, then I need to try to figure out if he can be defeated. And yeah, he's still here. Okay, well, since this isn't random, I need to find out if I can beat him or not.
Now we'll have another bout. I won't be robbed of my winnings by some...
Wait, hang on. Black Peter. This is Black Peter. Oh, you miserable little bitch. I kicked your ass in the tournament and you snuck out to try to pay me back on a little country road. You little... And now I'm off balance thinking about that instead of paying attention to the combat. Cue the random swapping of weapons and crashing into bushes. I guess I should have recognized him, but I don't know, everybody in a helmet looks the same to me. It's weird, though. I didn't have nearly this kind of trouble in the tournament. He wasn't easy. He chose Warhammers, and my mace skill is still a fat 0. But I ended up poking him in the nose early in each round, and he just gave up. But yeah, here he's absolutely flogging me. And now I'm bleeding and absolutely torn apart. Nope, Henry doesn't die. Restart. This is the story of a man named Henry. A little restart joke that's probably only going to be funny to me. Okay, round 3, and now I know who this turd patch is. I also finally noticed the debuff he paints me with when he hits me, and I have cleverly deduced that this has something to do with my fast failure rate. But it has still not yet occurred to me that I might want to pause the game and learn about it.
Hey, piece of shit.
It's also not helping that I spent most of the first 2 rounds dropping my chainmail pants and tripping over them instead of fighting, so I still haven't figured out what's up with him. You might think that I'm just randomly flailing at this guy, but I assure you that that is not the case. That implies that I unpredictably hack at him for no particular reason. What's really going on here is that I get impatient when we just stand there looking at each other, and I really want him to get his ass moving. And then I hack at him just because. It's pointless, yes, but it's not unpredictable at all. Now, and this is telling, I've been dancing with this guy for well over a minute, and I haven't even scratched him. So now it's starting to dawn on me that my usual strategy of swinging my sword until the screen turns blue will not be working in this case. Also, a mace would help. Oh, I have one, you know. It's in the chest at the mill. Also, my mace skill is still 0. No, this won't do. Looks like I need one more round. We'll restart. So now I've got my pay attention hat on. And I actually did check to see that the debuff is called Bane, and now that I know the name, I'm good. I don't need to actually find out what it does. Let's just run in and fight carefully and not get hit.
Hey, who's there? You think you could just walk off with my prize?
Are you serious? Oh my god, restart. That was epic. Oh man. All right, please, Henry, please pay attention, focus. Do not get hit. Do not die.
Be robbed of my winnings by...
At this point, I've finally figured out that his defense is too high for me to land any of my own hits. So the goal here is to play more defense and try to hit him with a Master Strike. Yep, see there. Good job, Henry. I think that's more damage than Peterness took in all the other rounds combined. Yep, we're chipping away at him. This is going pretty well, finally. Ah, damn it. But he's almost done. It won't matter. I'll get him here. Oh, yes. Get on the ground. Wow. Okay. Where's my tea bag? Woo. Okay. Time to celebrate with 30 seconds of story mode. It was an unexpected complication in what was supposed to have been a simple adventure. Caught off guard, Henry fought through the desperation, and when it was over, Black Peter lay dead in the road, a victim of his own arrogance. Having lost a fair fight the day before, he turned his back on honor after his defeat and chose the path of a bully instead. He poisoned his blade and hid in the bushes like a child, hoping that his cowardly advantage and an ambush would ensure his revenge for a false injustice. Instead, it left nothing more than a brief blood stain on a country road, a humiliating and fitting end for a contemptible little man with a shriveled soul. For Henry, there was loot to keep or sell and gear to repair, but he had a more pressing problem. Peter's poisoned sword had found its mark as the fight neared its end, piercing his makeshift suit of armor and delivering its deadly payload. This was no ordinary poison. Unchecked, it would slowly drain his life away, and Henry had no effective antidote to counter it. He had a couple of meager marigold healing drafts in his inventory, but at best that would simply slow the poison's progress for a short time, far less than what would be needed. With no help in his own belongings, no help to be found at the nearby mill, Henry gathered everything of value from the fading corpse of Black Peter, popped the cork on a marigold decoction, and headed blindly down the road to the bathhouse. Okay, back to regular idiot mode again. Once the fight was over and I could see how fast my health was dropping, I actually went and I looked up Bane, and that's why we're heading right to the bathhouse. I really don't want to have to replay that fight one more time, though I guess it's good training. So if you're new here, Henry's relationship with the bathhouse, or more specifically the people who live and work there, it's delicate might be a good way to put it. Ever since he came to live at the mill, he's been running over to the bathhouse at night to practice his stealth and lockpicking skills. I did a video on that a few weeks ago, and if you haven't seen it, there's a link in the description, and if I can figure out how to add that link to the screen here, it'll be here too. I mean, he's never actually stolen anything or seriously injured anyone, and I did say seriously, yes, but for now he'll ask them for their help and hope that they haven't discovered his dark behavior in the dead of night.
Stay out of sight. What will people think if they see me talking to a vagabond like you?
I'd like to order something here.
So what are you interested in?
A bit of everything. Heal my wounds, have a proper bath. Oh, and my garments are in need of laundering.
As you wish. Do you have the coin?
Fine. Here it is.
I'm sure you'll be extremely satisfied. God bless.
They're all better now. That took a lot of hours of rest, at least for Henry's part. But now he's healthy and restored again, and doesn't smell or look too bad. And we could run to the bandit camp right away, of course, but I want to think that over a little bit. And anyway, Henry's carrying Peter's loot around. I need to go through it, figure out if there's any upgrades for me in there, sell the rest, see if I can use the money for anything. No, don't worry. I'm not going to make you sit through half an hour of me opening and closing trade windows. The thing is, after that fight, I'm not sure how ready Henry is for the real world. Overall, things are going just great for Henry. He's able to hold his own, mostly. But that was a tough contest. If there'd been two of this guy, it would have been a complete zero. There's no way we could have won that fight at this point. Poison was a major factor, though, so... Now, while we're thinking this over, I want to mention, I absolutely love making these videos. I still have no idea what I'm doing, but it's fun as hell. And getting encouragement from viewers genuinely means the world to me. If you're enjoying this so far and might want to watch my next video too, well, if you haven't subscribed and feel inclined to do that, it'll greatly improve the chances that you'll find me again. Plus, then I get to run into the living room again and excitedly tell my wife that another person likes my channel, and you can probably guess just how exciting it is for her to be on the receiving end of all that nonsense. Okay, you know what? Henry and I have made a decision. Since the original train already went off the rails, I'm going to make another small change. We're still going to go to the bandit camp, no worries, but I need to do a little disaster prep. Oh, hang on. I'll put myself back in story mode for a minute. Here we go. As Henry completed his errands in town, it occurred to him that just like rushing into battle in a headless panic, blindly pressing forward simply wasn't necessary, and it often ends in tears. If things were to go badly further away from Rattay, he needed to be better equipped to deal with those problems, and a few more hours beforehand wouldn't hurt anything. Sir Hans Pollo Castrado can always wait one more day for us. While selling his recently collected items, he had checked the local prices for weapons and armor, and it was clear that noticeable upgrades in armor would require large amounts of cash. So instead of racing off to an unknown bandit camp today, we would try our luck instead with an ambush point just across the river from the mill. If there were a few local thieves hiding out over there, then that would potentially be an easier fight than the unknown bandits at the unknown camp. With that, Henry, still without a horse, sprang into action and raced as best he could back to the mill, across the river, and up the hill to the lumberjack camp. So these guys are out here all day, and bandits set up camp 50 yards from them, but that's okay. And they don't bother each other. Okay. Yeah, it looks like somebody's here. Let's play sneaky sneak and see what we find. Yep, this is good. They aren't humans, thank God, or I'd just scream fuck it and go home and read a book until tomorrow. Okay, you know the rule. Henry doesn't die. Schnapps, please. And then we pull. And yeah, we already know this fight's going to be a train wreck the first time around. If there's no headless bullshit involved, it's not me doing the playthrough. Oh, there's a dog too. Ooh, if I don't get that dog down right away, then it's over. They're even more tenacious than a hungry bandit. Gosh, you can miss the dog. Now I'm getting mobbed, so this is pointless. I already know that. Nah, let's all count down from 5 together and we'll restart. Ready? 5, restart. Okay, so this time I'll pull from farther away and give the dog a chance to outrun the clumsy humans. Sorry, Pooch, but you wear the wrong jersey. You lose with your team. If he goes down, I should be able to thrash around and hit 1 or 2 of the bandits, and if I'm lucky, they'll run away.
Blood will be spilled. Come on, you shit.
And there, got the dog this time. Now it's not a guaranteed failure, at least.
Fuck it. Come here, Lily. Oh, fuck, sorry.
Gone weak at the knees, have you?
One is surrendering. I wish I could put him down, but that'll be the end of me if I try. I hate seeing my loot run off down the road, though. Man, imagine if I hadn't been doing all that no-horse running. I'd be swinging once every 5 seconds.
I'm going to...
Fatal mistake running around the log. He had me off balance, but now I'm going to end him.
Ow.
I'm flailing my head around looking for others. But there are no others. 2 bandits joined their dog on the red earth, giving up a worthless life in exchange for a pointless death. 2 others were wounded and used their pain as a pathway to common sense. They fled the scene, and though fairy tales might say never to be seen again, in Bohemia they are more likely to learn nothing from their experience and simply turn up again elsewhere, causing misery as they wait for a future event to put them out of their own. Henry took his share of damage as well, but fortunately his injuries posed no threat to his existence. There was loot to be taken and then a short run back to the mill. Henry would rest there overnight, and in the morning journey into Rattay to clear his packs once again and stack up on the potions for his emergency reserve. Let's push the clock forward to tomorrow, and finally see how our bandit test will go. Sir Capon, after all, still has to go hunting. Henry doesn't die. Okay, let's see what we're up against. Oh, somebody's coming. And I have a new fancy bow now. Laser sighting and everything. No, but it should hurt more if I'm actually able to hit something with it. Oh, I'm going to go up and be so sneaky here.
Hey!
Or not. Oh my God, I hit him. Did he run? He ran away. What the hell? He ran away. Oh my God, it's a horse. All right, I'm going to pull somebody here. And one guy shows up. Hello. Hey,
Over here!
he's running
Where's
too.
everyone? Quick!
Oh, okay. Here comes another one.
Alarm!
And he's dead. Oh, geez, that was the camp leader. This is not what I was expecting. Hello. Stand still. Holy cow, I'm fighting a track team, not a bandit camp. Will you stop? Thank you. Jeez. I don't even know the way back from here. I'm so easily lost. Ooh, a cave. Not yet, but I'm going to check that out, see if anybody's in there. Nobody here still. I may as well loot the leader before I forget where I left him. I'm old, you know. I'm gonna come back for you, horsey. You stay right there. Oh, aha. A runner has returned. No, two runners.
Hey! Hey!
And you're done.
Raise the alarm! Watch out!
Alarm! What are you calling for? The Rattay cops are already here. Yes, please do keep shouting so I can find you. There you are.
Christ!
No, Henry, please assume the party escort submission position. And thank you for returning my hunting arrow. Who's this? It looks like a wayfarer, but we must be certain. What if it's a sneaky bandit disguised as a wayfarer? Okay, here's your ID back. You have a nice day. One more in the camp to loot. $100 says I won't remember where I left him. Hey, I won my own bet. I collect 0. Oh, for real, I walk right past him. Fun trivia about your pal Idiot Boomer. This has been my life for my whole life. You want to hide a coffee cup on the kitchen counter? Put a spoon in front of it. Okay, now for that cave. What's in here? People with loot? Boxes with loot? An empty sack of air? No, growy things. Must pick up the growy things. Ooh, a box! With shiny loot! Our team wins! No, nothing else here. Let's go get my new horse. And there we have it. So many unexpected events on this adventure. A long detour off the chosen road with changes in plans and extra steps added. Careful preparation can devolve into uncontrolled over-planning, but there's no way to know ahead of time what lies around the curve in the road, and it's better to choose preparation over failure. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, Henry returned to Rattay with bandit ears and spurs for Captain Bernard and another sack of armor, clothing, and other odds and ends to sell in town. It had been a busy couple of days, and Henry's purse and spirit were larger for the experience. The countryside was safer now, if only for a few days. A dangerous adversary that Henry didn't even realize was an adversary until it was almost too late was found and dispatched. Henry wondered for a moment whether anyone else had suffered a more bitter fate at the hand of the jealous and cowardly Black Peter, and whether Henry needed to watch his back every time he had the occasion to win another tournament somewhere. But these were fleeting thoughts easily chased away by the late golden sun overhead. Tomorrow was tomorrow, and it would take care of itself. Sir Hans would be waiting for him in the morning, and Henry would face that ordeal with a stronger heart. He had upgraded his weapons and armor and felt ready for anything. Well, anything within reason, at least. And even with his purchases, there was actually a bit of money to spare. Maybe when Henry returns to Rattay from his hunting trip, maybe he'll stop by the tailor shop and buy Teresa a new dress. A delighted sparkle in dancing green eyes, that's worth far more than the price of a dress. You're still here. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of all this. And let's do this again sometime, okay? I'll make another video. We'll see you soon.